Hello, welcome to Selwyn Tech Topics. Today we'll be learning how to use the basics of Google Maps. So first we're going to have to download Google Maps. We're going to click on the App Store icon. It's the blue icon with the three white sticks aligned in kind of like a triangle. It's supposed to represent an A. So we'll open up the App Store to download the app. So here I was in Google Docs from before, so that's fine. This is what it'll look like when you open. You want to click the blue search icon on the bottom left, and then at the very top there in that bar where it says Games, Apps, Stories, and More, we'll click there and we'll search Google Maps. So Google Maps, and then click on search. There it is in the top right. It'll either say get or it'll say open, or that cloud with the down arrow. We'll click on that. That'll start downloading. It may ask you to sign in if you're not signed in already. So just sign in. If not, it'll have just start downloading as such. So we'll just wait for that to download. Okay, and then it'll say open when it's ready. So that's downloaded now. If we click on the home button, we can see it on our home page here, Google Maps, right beside to the right of Google Docs and FaceTime. So it's there. If you have another page, it'll be to the right. So we'll click on that to open it. And here we've got our Google Maps app. Just wait for it to open. It may ask you to sign in, so you can sign into your account. So once you've signed in, we can start searching. So first thing we'll do is we'll type up here. We can start searching an address. So let's say we're trying to get to the Lakefield Library. So we're going to type in Lakefield Library, and you can see it came up there, Selwyn Public Library, Lakefield. That's the first option on the list. So we could click that. If it doesn't come up, we can also type in the actual address of the place as well. So we'll just click on Selwyn Public Library, Lakefield, because it does come up there. So just exit out of that. Now, if it doesn't, I'll just click X just to show you. If we don't know, if the name doesn't come up, we can type in the address. So Lakefield Library's address would be 2 Queen Street, Lakefield. So we can just start typing that in. And there it came up on the options there. So we click on that. Also takes us to the same location. So perfect. There's our point. It's hard to see behind the Foodland icon there, but it's the little point, red little icon point in the center of the screen there. So you can click on directions in the bottom left there. If you can see, there's a bunch of images. If you click on directions, the blue icon on the bottom left there, it will show us a bunch of options here. So we have to choose our starting point first. So where are we coming from? Let's see. So let's say we're coming from the Bridgenorth Library. How about we want to go from the Bridgenorth Library to the Lakefield Library? I want to look at all the libraries today. So I'm going to type in Bridgenorth Library. So there it is, the Selwyn Public Library. And if it doesn't come up, you can type in the direct address. So there it's giving us a map of the fastest route, which we can see is 11 kilometers there. So it'll take 12 minutes. So there's also a gray option there. If we click on that gray road there, it'll highlight it in blue. That one's 12 kilometers long, so it's 14 minutes. So we'll click back on the shortest route. And we can click on these steps, and that will show us the directions there. So at the bottom there was steps. We click on that. This shows us directions, so you know how to get there. Shows us a little bit about traffic as well. So we'll slide that back down, just drag it to tap at the top and drag it down. So this shows us our directions. We can also take a bus. So here's a bunch of recommended routes to take the bus from each of there. They take quite a long time. We also have walking. So there were 2 hours and 14 minutes if we wanted to walk from one library to another. Possibly quite a bit of time there. And you could cycle too. But let's just go back to driving. Let's say you wanted to switch the direction. So let's say we've gone to Bridge North now, and now we want to go. So we've gone from Bridge North to Lakefield. Now we want to go from Lakefield to Bridge North. We can click on the up and down arrow there on the top right, and that switched it. So now we're going from 2 Queen Street to Bridge North. Again, we press on steps, and that shows us the directions in the other direction. So that takes you, it gives us some images as well, and it will take you back to where you started. It's an easy way to switch it around. So we'll just slide that down, clicking left, and I'll just click X out of this. So I click down X. Let's say we want to see some locations around town. So let's type in the Lakefield Library again. Say I want to see some what's around the library. So I typed in the address here, and it's brought us to the image. So let's see. Here we can see some different icons. So we have the Canoe and Paddle, we have the IDA, we also have the Village Inn. So there's a bunch of stores there. If we scroll up a bit, you can see some info. So closes soon, what hours, the phone number. See a bunch of that. You can see there's a bunch of different stores along here. Canada Post. So you can look at all the different stores there. The Foodland by the library, right across from it. The Chocolate Rabbit, the police station. So you can look through and see all the different locations that are around it for when you visit. Go up a bit, and you can go kind of along the road and see all the different things that are there. So there's quite a few here. It's kind of like a downtown village. So there's LCBO there as well, Home Hardware. And you can zoom out and see what's further down. So you've got Tim Hortons further down, and the Loon, Lakefield Bakery. There's Jack's as well, across from Tim Hortons there. It's not listed. And yeah, so that's the basics of Google Maps. I hope that helped, and good luck.